Hyundai channel. Today we're back for another live video, and I know it's mostly focused on Gabby and I right now, but we'll show you the car actually. That way you can see what we're taking a look at today. So today we are back with more Hyundai content. So we have the 23 Kona here, and the trim for this vehicle is the N line, and it's the N line Ultimate. So we're going to be going in depth on this vehicle today. There's a lot of surprising tech in this vehicle for, you know, it being a Kona, and the fact that we even have an N line on this vehicle is really cool. So let's take care of our housekeeping items first. I'll flip this back around.
And I will start off by showing you guys or telling you guys, if this is your first time watching a live, thanks for joining us. We do this live every Tuesday at 2 p.m. and every Monday at 2 p.m. Thursday. So we're off to a great start. If this is your first time you're watching right in the future, what you want to do is at Monday at 2 or on Thursday at 2, you want to go to the Kia Hyundai channel on YouTube. It's going to look like this any regular time. But at 2 p.m., if you refresh it, it will show, don't mind the fingerprints, that we are now live. If you click that, you'll be able to join us live and in person, or as in person as it can get. We truly are live. We truly are unscripted. So we're just kind of going along with what we know.
Something we like, something we like to say is that we have these big bay doors here and they're facing the main street on Linden Road. So if you were ever to drive by, or if you were ever to come to our bay door windows, you would see us doing this. We would see you doing that as well.
Yes.
So we really are doing this live if you don't believe us. For those of you who are watching in the future, we'll probably start the video review of the vehicle at around the 3-minute mark. So if you want to skip ahead to that point, you're more than welcome to. You'll probably have to watch an ad. For those who are watching live right now, you better believe I'm going to do an ad for you. Of course, we film all of our content here at Brantford Kia, but we have not one but 2 Hyundai stores in our dealer group. We have Brantford Hyundai and Owen Sound Hyundai too, and they are real dealerships that sell real product. And this is a sold unit behind me. I'll make a mention of that too.
Yep.
But if you have questions about Kia or Hyundai product, we want to make sure that we're connecting you with them or also with us too, depending on what your needs are. So we will have links in the description box below. That way you can check them out. And if you haven't already, please make sure to like and subscribe to this video, to our channel, and comment below what you want to see. There is an inventory shortage right now, so that sometimes makes filming a little bit difficult, but we obviously want to do whatever videos that it is that you guys want to see the most.
And as you guys are watching, if you are live and you have any questions or any comments, you can ask them as we go. We typically do a little question and answer period at the end of the video. So if you didn't get it through the video, we'll try to get it at the end. Also, someone said, happy birthday to Charlotte. It's not your birthday, but why not?
It's not my birthday, but I'll celebrate.
Yeah, there you go. So it's the 3-minute mark. Let's get into the video. Charlotte will take over.
So I'm actually going to bring the camera back to Mark. He's going to take over for me. It's his 4th day on the job today, so he hasn't left us yet. And we love Mark. We are Team Mark, so like this video for Mark. All right. So like I said, we have the 23 Hyundai Kona N-Line Ultimate. So this is the top trim of this vehicle, and I'm really going to be focusing a lot on the exterior because from the 22 model, we've had a little bit of a facelift in the front and a facelift on the rear too. She's had a full body makeover. Well, not a full body makeover, but she's had some touches done. So some of the items that I want to point out on the front is, of course, we have this nice glossy black grille as well, and then you have your Hyundai logo in the front. So I'll have Mark zoom in, that way you guys can see. Beautiful. So again, the glossy black, we're seeing that on this model. And then we also have these slanted LED lights on the front too. I will turn them on, that way you guys can see. But they have a very tight, they have a very pointed appearance. So some people really like these more narrow and slanted headlights. Some people don't. Some people prefer it a little bit wider on them, as well as you do have a little bit of black bezeling. So that is something that we see with the N-line trim as well, which is really cool. And then I'll have Mark zoom in on the headlights. I'll put the turn signal on as well. That way you guys can see what that looks like too. Give it a few clicks.
Sharp. So nice amber turn signal.
So nice amber turn signal, and now we'll come around to the side of the vehicle. That way you guys can see it. So here, of course, we do have your N-Line exclusive wheels on this vehicle. They are 18 inches. And you guys know I love to get a little bit creative when I'm describing rims. So this one I affectionately refer to as diamond style, because if I were to look down at a diamond, it looks like all of the different cross hatching that is on it. But these tires, they are exclusive to the N-Line trim. So both the N-Line and the N-Line Ultimate will have them. On the side as well, we also have some markers. We have your N-Line badging. Of course, that is, again, going to be exclusive to the N-Line trim. And then we also have the black colored mirrors. So again, in some glossy black, and turn signal marker as well. We'll come around to the side. Oh, I didn't quite close the door all the way. Whew. MSRP on this vehicle is $34,199 here in Canada as well. And that is before freight and air and any taxes and applicable fees too. I'll have Mark keep coming around to the rear of the vehicle. So this will give you a good overview. Again, you do have LEDs on the rear, which is really nice to see. So your taillights are LEDs. You do have a regular wiper, nothing hidden by the spoiler or anything like that. And then also you do have a dual muffler and rear diffuser on this vehicle too. So that is something that's nice to see. And then we'll show you the trunk. So it's not a smart lift tailgate or anything like that, but it is hydraulic. So I'm not very strong, but I still do find that it is easy to open. You do have a fair bit of cargo space considering that this is a smaller vehicle, but you do not get as much on the Seltos, which is going to be this vehicle's, Kia counterpart. So the Seltos still definitely has more cargo space. I think it's around the 700 liters. Can't remember off the top of my head. I know that's bad. And then we'll come around to the side. This vehicle, it is the 1.6 turbo engine in this vehicle, GDI. And the transmission, it is the 7-speed dual clutch transmission as well. And so your output for your specs, you're going to have 195 for your horsepower and then also 195 pound-foot of torque. So a fair bit for a smaller vehicle too, with having the dual clutch transmission and then also the turbo too. So we'll get a nice overview of the side as well. Wow, look at it. Beautiful. Does anyone have any questions about the exterior of the vehicle?
Someone asked if there's power folding mirrors, which it does not have.
No.
So manual fold for the mirrors.
Manual fold.
Yes. But in the previous one, it was like a Hoover from the back.
Any other questions?
Let's see. Mark hasn't been fired yet. Good job, Mark.
No, he's doing great. We love Mark. 4 days in. Like the video for Mark to keep him around.
Oh, someone asked about a spare tire. Charlotte,
does
it have a spare tire?
So it's not a full-size spare tire, but it does have a temporary spare tire. It's got a donut for you. So let's take a look at that. Oh, no. There we go. That's pretty big. That's not a donut. Oh, no, it is. Man, it really caught me off guard there for a minute. That's so bad. I was going to be like, I know it's a donut. That's what everything says. And then I was looking at it in the perception. I was like, oh, maybe not. Wow.
How about the sensors? Does it have reverse parking sensors?
I didn't see any on this vehicle, but it does have the radar plate in the front.
Yes.
So if you want to see the radar plate, it's right down here. I'm also just going to turn the lights off really quick. That way we don't drain the battery on this vehicle because it has not been driven a ton.
Right.
So it doesn't quite have a full charge in it.
And now, any other exterior questions before we move on inside? I guess we could do engine specs, transmission.
I did.
Oh,
we already covered those.
Okay. Well, if that's all, me and Mark are going to hop inside the vehicle and talk about the safety features, the comfort, and the tech. And then Charlotte's going to stick by the computer and ask any questions we get as we get them.
So if you have questions, make sure that you are still sending them in.
Yep. All right, Mark. So follow me this way. I don't know if Charlotte touched on the light repeaters on your mirrors. We'll open this up here. And this is the Ultimate trim, Ultimate N-Line. So you have a lot of tech, a lot of bells, and a lot of whistles. I'll start off with your actual seat. So you see you have red piping along the seat, and they are heated, perforated as well too, so heat and ventilation, and they are powered. So I have the bottom of my seat, I can adjust there, the backrest, and lumbar support. So every single option is powered. They are not memory seats, that's one thing to note. We'll show you the door over here. So you have all your window controls. Your driver and passenger are express up and down windows. The rear ones are not. Your mirror controls are up here. And then down here, things get a little fun. You have a Harman Kardon sound system. So a premium sound system in this vehicle. And let me tell you, it is phenomenal. It is very, very good. Another thing you'll notice as you kind of look more into the interior is you have a lot of red accents, ties in with the sporty feel of the N line. So red along your vents, red stitching in the steering wheel, and an N-line badge on your wheel itself. Left side of the steering wheel, you have all your media and volume controls. On the right side, you'll have your driver assistance features. So this is your cruise control button. So that's how you're going to turn it on. You'll set your speed right over here. You can also pause it and restart. And then here you can set your following distance on your cruise control. So you can set if you want to follow really closely or the furthest possible setting. They're all very, very good, and it does have the ability to slow down and come to a complete stop while you have your cruise control on. So that uses the radar plate that Charlotte mentioned earlier. To the left of that, this little button, it looks like a steering wheel with 2 lanes beside it. That's your steering assistance. So behind this mirror here, there is a camera that picks up the lanes of the road. If there's no lanes, like you're driving in the country, it'll follow the vehicle ahead of you. If you start to veer to the left or the right, it'll kind of correct you. It'll also take the curve of the road for you. So if you're on the highway and there's a nice bend in the road, it'll actually steer for you. It's really nice. You do have to keep your hands on the wheel. So after a couple seconds, it will warn you to, hold the wheel. Just because it's not a true autopilot, but it is pretty darn close, and it's not a sketchy one. I've driven some manufacturers that don't feel so great. So this one feels very solid. I'll show you the dash as well too. So we have a beautiful digital dash. If I change my drive modes, you'll see that also changes the way the dash looks. So sport mode has a very sporty kind of carbon fiber-esque look. Smart mode's a little bit more
Gabby,
smart.
how big is the dash?
How big is the dash? I believe this is 10.25 inches. Yes. So I'm not a Hyundai specialist, but a lot of it's like Kia, so that I know. And then you can also play around with the center menus here too. So to do that, you have this kind of notepad-ish looking button. You can cycle between what you want to see. So your drive info, this one doesn't really have any history yet. Your navigation, your all-wheel drive torque distribution. This is an all-wheel drive vehicle, and your tire pressure monitor. So for this, you'd actually have to be driving for it to display. You can also see your lane assistance and your attention level. So a couple different things you can check out as you're driving. Now I'll have Mark come over to the passenger side and we'll take a look at the rest. Okay. I'll also turn off the air just so there's no vent noises. I'll put the window down. So another 10.25 inch display right over here. This is Hyundai's system, so it's a little different for me and Kia. There's going to be a lot more blues. We'll slide over to the right. This is going to be kind of like your home screen whenever you get in. Really cool thing about this, I don't know how well it's picking up, you can actually see where you're at in the nav. So it's not just a time and a screensaver. It does have some functionality with it. Slide over to the right, you have your actual map, your nav menu where you can type in an address or voice command an address, your phone projection, your phone itself. This can actually be used with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, but it is wired. So to do that, you would connect your phone with your phone charging cable to the USB here. Right down here, you also have a wireless phone charger, so you just literally stick your phone down there. If it's compatible, you can charge without a cord. I love it. It also has a vented surface, so your phone won't overheat, which is really nice. Down here, we have more vents. We have our air controls. So it's automatic. You can set it to whatever temp you like and then set it to auto and it'll take you there with no fussing around with the different temperatures. If you do want to do it manually, you do have a temperature speed or fan speed control right over there. Here you have all your different directions, gear shift here. Charlotte did touch that this is a dual clutch transmission, which is my favorite transmission. So if you do want to shift gears yourself, you certainly can. You'd have this down into dry. Then you tip it over to the left and you can manually select. So you can upshift and downshift if you would like. With the dual clutch transmission, we are going to be doing a video explaining what it is, how it works, and the benefits, and maybe even the negatives. So stay tuned for that. Here are your heated seat and ventilated seat controls. So 3 different levels for each. Heated steering wheel, your auto stop and start. Passenger also has heated and ventilated seats. And your parking sensors, so rear parking sensors if you want them off. I did mention that this is all-wheel drive, so you do have an all-wheel drive lock button as well too that you can press if you do want that 50-50 split. Down here, you have your electronic parking brake and your auto hold. So auto hold is my favorite feature. Essentially just holds you at a stop till you hit the gas again. Up here, you have this beautiful sunroof, so it is powered. You can open it up or you can have it tilted. Tilt is usually my favorite because you get fresh air, but your hair doesn't get all messed up. And then for the seats themselves, they are very, very comfy, like very comfy, and you have very good headroom as well too. One thing I like about the Kona is that you get the space of a small crossover, small SUV, but it handles like a car, so it's a lot of fun to drive, especially with the N-Line and that turbo engine. And then right on the seats here, you can kind of get a better view because I'm sitting in mine. You have your N-Line badging as well too. So very, very sporty, luxurious seats. You can take a look at the mats that it comes with. It says Kona N-Line. You can't miss it. We'll do a quick little overview of everything.
They want to know about the heads-up display screen. What is that?
Oh yeah, for sure. So I'm actually going to grab the camera from Mark to show you. I hope it picks up on camera. Usually it's pretty hard to film. So you might be able to see it over there. I don't know if it's going to focus. Yeah, I can't really get it to focus, guys. I'm sorry. But essentially, it'll project your speed, where you're at in your lane. You can even get it to show you if there's cars in your blind spot or what kind of media you're playing. So essentially, you can also turn this off if you don't like it. The setting to turn it on, or the button, is right over there. If I press that, it'll retract. So you see that little screen go down. I'll bring it up again too, so you guys will see it come in. And then in your vehicle settings on the main screen, you can adjust the height. So right now, it's a little short for me, so I actually didn't see it when I got into the car. But if you go to setup over there, and then vehicle, head-up display, you can go display control and change the height, the rotation. So even if you're someone who kind of sits with the tilt in their neck, you can have it adjusted to you. And then your content selection. So there you go. Send my regards to you, please, Rayan E. Thank you, Rayan. Right now we have radio media info off just because it's not really a driving thing, so we typically always have that off. But it'll show your traffic signs. It'll tell you what the speed limit is on the road that you're on. It's actually quite handy. I really do like not blind spot, oh my goodness, a heads-up display. So I'll give this back to Mark. Not sure if Charlotte showed the keys earlier, but I'll show you what the key is like. So it is a smart key. Essentially, you could have this in your pocket and still enter and exit and lock and unlock and even start your vehicle without ever touching the key. So your lock and unlock are here. You have auto hold here, or not auto hold, oh my gosh, remote start here. I just said auto hold because it says hold. So essentially, if you press lock and then press and hold that, it will start your vehicle remotely. Really nice for winter, but also summer because it will turn on your AC and cool down your car. We'll head into the back, show you what the seats are like there.
Just for those asking, I saw the question about MSRP. MSRP for this vehicle is $34,199, and that is Canadian, and that is before freight, air, taxes, and any other eligible fees. Do you want to also pop the hood?
Yeah, for sure.
They want to see what's underneath the hood. So let's put that up. This way you can see the 1.6.
There's definitely an engine in there.
Yeah. We did not take it out.
We did not take it out.
Or put it in.
But yeah, engine, battery, turbos kind of tucked away in the back over there. Coolant, your washer fluid, just your basic engine bay. We didn't know we were showing her today, or else we would have cleaned it up a little bit more.
I would have refilled the blinker juice.
The blinker fluid, of course, of course. Now we will take a look at the back seats. So Mark, if you want to come around.
And I just see that question again about CarPlay. The N-Line, it does have wired Apple CarPlay. The Essential and also the Preferred have wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay.
Did you get all that? All right, so now I'm in the back. This is how I was sitting, and this is how I moved the vehicle. So I had it a little far back. I have decent legroom, so pretty good legroom. One thing I really do like about this vehicle is that the lump or the hump in the center isn't too tall either, so you can have a passenger in the center and he's not too uncomfortable. Headroom wise, it's not as square as the Celto, so it does kind of have more of a slope that comes down here, but it's still quite comfy. I'm just going to close my door here because I don't know if there's glare. back seats. They're hard plastic, so I know parents love this, especially if you have pets as well too, because these things get really dirty and they get scratched. So it's nice to have a hard plastic here. We have a USB in the center over there and a little pocket. So essentially you could have your USB plugged in your phone and then have your phone sit right over there. It's the perfect size for a phone. In the center, we do have cup holders or an armrest. Or, if you want to take a nap, you could use it as a little pillow too. So that's an option. And then lights back here. That's essentially it for the back seats. They are quite comfy, like I said. Another thing that's not necessarily a feature, but I think it's worth mentioning. I have a Forte GT line. This is an N line, so it's kind of Hyundai's equivalent of the sporty package. I love a black headliner. It adds a lot more. It's very moody, it's very sporty, it's very sophisticated, and if you have kids or pets, it's nice. Handprints, just dirt, whatever, you don't notice it as much, so it's really, really nice to have a black headliner. I really like how they did that. So just a little thing there. Now we'll head out and see if there's any other questions and get another final overview of the vehicle. So let's do a walk around. I think this gray is quite cool too. So a very popular gray color. There's a lot of blacks in here as well too that also adds to the sporty look. Shark fin antenna, it's got Sirius XM. Come around.
Oh, they just want to see about the rear seats folding down for more cargo.
For sure. So to fold the rear seats down, I'm just going to do it real quick. There is a latch on the side there, so I'll grab that and show you where the latch is. Right over there. And let me fold that down for you guys. You know I'm not that strong. That's how easy it is. And you can move your seatbelt and kind of tuck it away too, so that it's not in the way, depending on whatever you're putting back there. You don't want your seatbelt in the way. It's not completely flat, but it's pretty close. So I'll let Mark get in there and show you what we're working with. And I saw a question saying, so you're not selling Kia and Hyundai or something like that. I only sell Kia, but our dealership does do coverage for Kia and Hyundai products. So we always want to give you news on both vehicles. I love them both, but I can only actually sell you a Kia. So let me grab this. Oh, maybe it's because my seatbelt's in the way. There we go, and got it back up with one hand. So now we'll see if Charlotte has any questions. We'll take some more of your comments, questions. And is there anything else you want to cover on, Charlotte, for this car?
It's up to what everyone would like to see. If there's anything where they'd want us to go back. I did see the question about ventilated seats in the front, and yes, there are ventilated seats in the front.
I showed you all that.
So you know that you'll be nice and cool in the summer, that is.
Yeah.
But we'll actually take the camera from Mark, and I'm actually going to flip this around that way we can take another look at the vehicle. So do one last walk around. But we have over 100 people on the live right now. So I am going to ask if you guys like the red detailing on the interior. In 5 seconds, you're going to like it if you like the red interior. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see who likes the red interior. The red trim on the red interior. And then in just a couple seconds, if you think the red on the interior is too much and you just prefer if they'd stick with all black, we're going to give you guys a chance to like it too. That way you can show your support that way. So in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's see if people prefer the red trim or if people prefer the black trim. I'll be honest, we didn't really get too much of an increase for the red trim, so it could just be the black trim that people prefer.
That's interesting.
So that is very interesting.
I got a really good question.
Yeah.
It is, Charlotte, does it have the lap timer and the G-force meter that I heard about, or is that a different trim line, like the Super Booster red button? That's on the full G, or sorry, not G, N. That's the full N Kona. This is a N line. Let's see. Does it cost extra for the engine? If you do want the 1.6 turbo, it is a separate trim line. So depending on what else you were comparing it to, it might cost extra, yes.
Yeah, so it starts with the N line, and then this is the N line Ultimate, which is the one, essentially the top trim for this vehicle. So if you get the N line or above, you're going to have the 1.6 included. So the only difference would be the MSRP, and depends on, like what Gabby said, what you're pricing it against.
Another good question. Do you have a 2023 Santa Fe luxury hybrid at the dealership? We're at Kia, so we do not have one. But one of our sister dealerships, either Brantford Hyundai or Owen Sound Hyundai, maybe they might. If you do, we will have a link in our bio where you can check in with them. They'll be able to actually answer your Hyundai buying and availability questions. We just kind of show the cars.
We get the luxury of testing out the product.
Yes, exactly.
With none of the responsibility of selling it.
Yes, but for Kia, we can do Kia. We can answer your Kia questions beyond the video level.
But we'll still try to answer your Hyundai questions to the best of our ability.
Yes. So, how many total cup holders? 4. 4 cup holders, not including the little door pockets. Someone said, do you like Mercedes? I like the GTR. Love a G-Wagon, but I'm not a huge Mercedes girl, I guess. Let's see. Any updates on the Kia Sportage PHEV arrival date? No, at this point, we only have the preliminary info, so the specs, the pricing, and that's it.
We have not gotten an official arrival date or timeline, aside from what we've already kind of presented. So, but we're gonna we always keep our eyes out for that when we have new information.
Yes.
We put it out in our videos too.
Good question. What's the average fuel efficiency, so mileage?
So the combined, I believe, it's 8.2 liters per 100 kilometers is the combined.
Okay. Someone said, is the Kona N-Line better than the Kona Electric? That's up to you.
They're totally different in how they drive as well. So it really depends on what you're looking for.
Yeah. They're very different in price point as well too, and wait time, and it really comes down to what you're looking for, really. Will the Kona N be offered in all-wheel drive?
Kona N, oh, I don't off the top of my head.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Does it have the 12-volt port on the trunk? I can check for you. And someone said, I understand the shortage of chips have affected production. How has that delayed production for new car orders? Drastically. So a lot of our vehicles are a wait time. And it's not just Kia or Hyundai, it's every manufacturer. It's not a fun time. It really depends on what vehicle you're looking for. Of course, there's a little bit more demand for hybrid and electric, and those ones you typically see with a higher wait time. But it comes down to what you're looking for. Some people do luck into getting a car quicker. It just so happens to be allocated to us, whatever it may be, but wait times vary.
Well, let's go check out about the USB.
Yeah, for sure.
And then also, I think it's time for our trunk test. So we have a very special guest who's going to be doing our trunk test for today.
Oh!
And it's the man behind the camera, Mr. Mark.
But Charlotte, we're not even at 100 likes yet. I don't think we can do that.
So let's see first what we've got going on back here. If we have the 12 volt. So you do have the light. But as you can see, there's no 12 volt. Now, as we've talked about, you have a good amount of cargo space here for this vehicle. It's not as much as the Seltos, but do we think that Mark will fit in the trunk? Mark is taller, significantly taller than both myself and Gabby. So if we get up to 70 likes within the next couple seconds, let's put Mark in. Mark, what are your thoughts? It's your first trunk test. How do you feel?
I think I should fit.
The people think you'll fit. They think it. So come on, let's make sure that we're getting some likes on those videos. If there's questions rolling in, we will see.
Put Mark in the
just
trunk.
asked to say, come and say hi.
Oh.
People think you fit. Hey.
I think we should put Tim in the trunk.
Oh. In the trunk? I'm in the trunk. It's little.
Can we close it?
I don't think this will fit a grown man.
Let's see if Mark, we have a request for Mark and the teddy bear.
Mark and the teddy bear.
Let's do it.
We would need to take off this bit. Take that off.
Let's see if we remove the cargo cover.
Here, I'll take that.
Come on, we need a couple more likes.
Okay, throw it in. Teddy?
All right, Mark, get cozy.
You gotta slam them.
Scream if you need help, okay?
Oh, it's the man bun. The man bun will fit.
Duck your head.
Oh, yes.
All right, so he fits. Mark does fit with the teddy bear.
He looks snug.
He looks very comfortable.
Very.
So you know that he can fit.
Yep.
Okay,
No.
let's leave.
Let's leave
Let's
him in
leave
here.
him.
Okay, guys, our live's done. See you next week. Just kidding. Okay. Thank you, Mark. Are you okay?
So we'll
Good.
head back to the table now. We'll do a couple more questions, and then we will let you guys, of course, get back to the rest of your day. So Gabby will join me back up here. If anyone has any final questions, feel free to put them through now. I'm just looking here.
I think we should also say that, yes, we are a real dealership. This is a dealership, not a circus.
Despite what you may see.
Yeah, despite what you may see, we are a dealership.
Yes, no bun was hurt in the process of making this
Yes.
video. Can confirm that.
What if the hatch cut your bun off? Let's see.
Sorrento PHEV delivery date. Unfortunately, similar with the Sportage PHEV, we know that production has been limited. We still haven't been seeing them fairly consistently and haven't been given a super accurate timeline from Kia Canada as well. So we're still looking at around the 12 to 18 month wait right now.
Yeah.
That also applies to this Kia Sportage.
Yes.
I just saw that question come up.
Everything's kind of all over the place right now. That's all I've got, really. That's no bun was hurt in the making of this video. There you go. Do you guys have any other questions about this Kona right over here before we end off our live for the day?
Put the hood down.
Probably come down too, yeah.
So sorry if this is loud in my mic.
Are you getting the Ioniq 6? Eventually, our Hyundai dealerships will, but unfortunately, they aren't in Canada yet, so we do not have them yet.
But we can't wait.
Yeah, we can't wait, and we'll definitely be filming them once they do come. So that will be fun. Other than that, I think we're at it for comments, for questions.
Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in. We very much appreciate you guys and your support, and also you tuning in to watch these live videos. We love to do them, and we love to interact with you guys. If you haven't, please like this video. If not for us, just for Mark alone and the fact that his hairdo survived.
Yes, there you go.
And like Gabby said, we are a real dealership here located in Brantford, Ontario. So please don't hesitate to reach out with any of your Kia or Hyundai questions, because we'd love to connect with you guys even more.
Yep.
And we will see you next time.
See you guys.
Bye.
See you Monday, actually, at 2 p.m. Don't forget. All right, bye.